You see the light for the first time. It's a lush landscape full of tropical fruits, stunning birds, and dense rainforests. You seem to be in paradise, but it's a Central American rainforest. Close enough, but bad news. You look up and a mossy-limbed coconut is holding you. You have just been born a sloth. You're in for up to 40 years of fear. This is why it sucks to be a sloth. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. You might have seen a sloth lazily hanging from a tree and eating a banana, and thought to yourself, dang, that's the life I deserve. But I'm here to burst that bubble. Sloths aren't having a good time. You're in for a rude awakening. You, a three-toed sloth, are born while your mom is perilously hanging upside down from a tree branch. She has to be in a low branch to avoid being seen by the terror of the tropical skies, the harpy eagle. But being close to the ground exposes you to jaguars and ocelots. It's a wager worth making. You look up and see the ground. You're upside down, and you'll continue to have the sun in your belly for most of your life. Thankfully, you're born with built-in grappling hooks. You cling to your mother and hold on for dear life as she heads to a safer position. Now, she needs a break. Sloths can get up to 20 hours of sleep a day, unlike you and I, who could really do with some extra sleep. Thankfully, our sponsor, Manta Sleep, can help us catch up with some shut-eye. Sleep is a biological necessity, and because of the pressures of daily life, we often get too little of it. Our brains and bodies need rest, and sometimes that happens during the day. That's why I'm 100% pro-nap. When I need a little rest, I use my Manta Sleep Mask Sound. It has inbuilt Bluetooth speakers, so you can play relaxing whale sounds or jungle soundscapes to drown out external noise. The headphones are razor thin, and the battery lasts over 20 hours. And of course, the C-shaped cups block out the light while putting no pressure on your eyes. Cooling eye cups give you a relaxing sensation, and for some people it can help with headaches and sinus issues. So, listen to your body, nap when you need to if you can, and use Manta Sleep for a deeper and more restful sleep. Click the link in the description and use the code Animalogic for a 10% discount on your whole cart. And now, back to the cuties that remind us that taking it easy can be a life-saving skill. Okay, surviving birth by avoiding predators? Check. What's next on the agenda? One of the greatest pleasures in life. Food! You drag yourself up to your mom's armpit nipples for your first meal ever. But all you get is a couple of drops of fatty milk. Sloths make milk more slowly than other animals of the same size. You'll have to get used to very small meals throughout the day until you're able to eat solid food. This is the first month of your life. You use your mom's belly as a hammock and survive on milk droplets. Now it's time to climb around on your own, under mom's supervision, of course. You eat your first fruits and leaves, but soon realize it makes you feel weird. Your temperature goes up and down as you digest. But just like everything else in your life, this is a very slow process. Food can take up to a month to go through your body. It's so slow that if you were starving and then had a full meal, the food might not be processed fast enough to nourish your body. Starving with a full belly of food is more common than you'd think in the sloth world. Then there's the permanent issue of predators. You see your first ocelot on the prowl. Thankfully, your texture and coloration hides you well enough. But all it takes is one predator to spot you, and you're done. Slowly waving your arms might amuse a jaguar for a second, but soon after, you'll be in its jaws. But today is not that day. You can go back to your mom and hang on to her for comfort and safety. Time goes by quickly for a slow animal, and the next thing you know, a year has passed, and you're officially too big to be carried around by your poor mom. It's time to say goodbye to the sloth that has been watching you since the moment you were born. If you're lucky to be born in an area with lots of food, you might not have to travel too far to establish your own territory. But if there aren't enough fruits and leaves, you'll have to venture into a strange land, and you might have to go down to the dreaded ground. Your body is optimized for energy conservation. Your muscles are built for hanging, not for walking. Your locomotion is closer to that of a slug, dragging yourself along the floor, than to other mammals. Your top speed is 4 meters per minute, or 0.25 kilometers per hour. It takes you about 20 minutes to sprint through a football field. Not that you know what a football field is. And the whole time, you're vulnerable. Not only to jaguars, ocelots, eagles, bush dogs, domestic dogs, and even cats, but also to your newest, most indifferent enemy, the car. The same camouflage that hides you from carnivores makes you harder to see to drivers, especially on dirt roads. If you're lucky, you might find a river or a pond. In water, you can move about 4 times faster than on land. Until finally, after much effort, you find a place to call home. You're a young independent sloth, and it's time to take on the real world. But first, you have to rest for a few days. Some friendly apes help you along the way. Maybe they're not all that bad. The world is dangerous and exciting for the first time. A sense of elation fills you briefly, and then it turns into dogged determination. You must find food. Unfortunately, all the good fruits are usually taken by monkeys, bats, and other fast-moving animals. Leaves will have to do. You spend your foraging time looking for young leaves. They're softer, easier to digest, and less likely to have chemical compounds that make you sick. After gorging yourself on the best leaves, you can finally go back into hiding. The benefit of a slow metabolism is that since you don't expend a lot of energy, you don't need to eat a lot of calories. 70 grams, or about 2 cups of leaves, will keep you going for the day. After that, you can go back home and nap for up to 20 hours. Your multi-chambered stomach, full of gut bacteria, slowly breaks down leaves, though a single leaf can stay within you for 4 weeks. At long last, your belly grumbles. It's time to turn those leaves into fertilizer. You can't risk pooping and having the stank attract predators. So you head all the way down to the forest floor. Dig a hole, do your business, and then cover it. While you're doing that, you notice something weird. Bugs crawl out of your fur, land on your poop, and then jump back into your fur. Great. As if being covered in bugs wasn't bad enough, you happen to have freaky bugs that are into your poo. There's gotta be a rational explanation for this, right? Thankfully, yes. You don't move much, you're permanently wet because you live in a rainforest, and you turn leaves into nutritious balls of energy. You're the perfect home for a moth. There are entire colonies between your long strands of hair. When you go to relieve yourself, the moths jump down to lay their eggs in your poo. Their babies will eat it and eventually grow to look for you or another sloth to spend their days on. But as they spend more time scurrying around your back and belly, they start leaving their droppings on you. It's very rude guest behavior. Their feces are plant food, and soon literal algae will start growing on you. You have a new shade of coat now. The green helps you hide in the forest, and when you groom yourself, the algae is edible. It's one of the few recorded instances of edible clothes in the animal kingdom. You like the moth now. You're feeling good. You're feeling strong. You're in the prime of your life. But something is missing. Your biological clock's alarm rings. It's time to make some babies. You hear a screech in the distance, and it's the sexiest sound you've ever heard. It's a female three-toed sloth's mating call. It goes a little like this. You risk your wet, algae-ridden neck to get to her. There are eagles overhead and jaguars below, but you were born to do this. She's right there, just a few trees away. You can be there in about 10 hours? You reach her. She likes you back. You have a genuine connection in sloth terms. And that's it. You go back to your hood and never see her again. In 6 months, you'll be a dad. But you won't hear the news. A more pressing issue takes over your life. There's a nest of eagles nearby, and a giant metal animal is eating your trees. Deforestation is hitting you hard. Now every time you need to look for food, you're more exposed. You have to cross more roads. More strange hairless primates want to grab you to keep you prisoner. You try to look as green as possible. You make weird noises. You stink up the whole jungle. But the predators are hungry. And even though you're not their first choice for a meal, they all go for you. But you have to eat, so you make your way to the nearest patch of trees. The coast is clear. You're almost there. You can almost smell the cocoa tree. Just one more step, and then... It's been a wild ride. You achieved everything you ever wanted. And when things got hard, you got harder. You're going to sloth heaven. And as you head there, you see all the beautiful sights of the rainforest. And also the destruction. But then, you open your eyes, and you're something else entirely. Congratulations! You're a human being. This makes it easier for you to help future generations of sloths by donating to some of the conservation organizations linked in the description. Help make the three-toed sloths' lives a little better. So what should we talk about next? Please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching, and see ya!